Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into one of Codex's most powerful features and, honestly, one of my favorites, Petrification. It's the tool that gives you an absolute, rock-solid guarantee of data integrity. We're about to see how it can become your company's, well, your greatest source of certainty.
You see, this kind of chaos, it's all part of a bigger data dilemma. So let's take a second and break down why managing really critical information can be so hard.
So, without a system like Codex, you're basically left with this mess. You've got duplicate versions of the same file just floating around, which creates total uncertainty. Your most critical data becomes untraceable, and it's impossible to know its history. Now, this isn't just inefficient, it's genuinely risky. It's the kind of risk that leads to ordering, 10,000 units of the wrong part because someone updated the bill of materials after it was approved.
And this is exactly where the Codex promise comes in. Our whole platform is built from the ground up to turn that chaos into clarity. We do that by making sure your data is always structured, completely reliable, and fully traceable from the very beginning to the very end.
But here's where it gets really interesting. In business, some data doesn't just need to be reliable. It needs to be permanently locked down. I mean, think about a contract after it's been signed, or a bill of materials that's been greenlit for a huge factory run, or, a crucial compliance document you need for an audit. These things absolutely, positively cannot change.
And that brings us to the hero of our story today. This guarantee of immutability, of being totally unchangeable, is delivered by a feature we call petrification.
So what is it exactly? Well, the definition is super simple but incredibly powerful. Petrification is just the process of locking an entity in Codex to make it completely and permanently immutable. It's like setting your data in stone.
The result of this is straightforward, but it's a huge deal. Once you petrify something, it becomes read-only, forever. No more edits, no more tweaks, and definitely no accidental deletions. It's preserved in its exact state for all time, giving you an unbreakable record of the truth.
Now you might be thinking, a feature this powerful must be complex to use, right? Nope. It's actually designed to be incredibly straightforward, so let's take a quick look at the simple process that delivers this total security. Okay, the one crucial thing to remember is that it follows a bottom-up rule. Let's say you have an assembly with a bunch of different parts. You actually can't lock the main assembly until all of the individual components are locked first. So, just like you see here, first you petrify the subparts, and then you can petrify the main parent item. This makes sure the entire structure is completely sealed and secure. And Codex enforces this rule like a hawk. If anyone, and I mean anyone, even an administrator, tries to modify or delete a petrified entity or any of its petrified parts, the system will just stop them. It'll return an error. The lock is absolute. Okay, so that's the how, but what about the why? Let's get into a couple of real-world scenarios where petrification is a total game changer.
So for our first example, let's just imagine your company is about to start production on this awesome new city bike. You've got the final design, all the parts have been specified, you're ready to go.
So once that bill of materials, the frame, the wheels, the seat, every single nut and bolt is validated, you petrify the entire structure. Boom! The bike and all its subparts are now locked. What does that mean? It means the factory can start production with absolute certainty that the specs will never ever change. Your design team, your procurement team, your assembly team, they are all working from one single, unchangeable source of truth.
All right, let's switch gears. We'll go from the factory floor over to the sales office. Imagine a big sales order has just been signed by a new client. This document is now a legally binding contract.
By petrifying the item that represents that sales order, you create a permanent, unalterable record of the signed agreement. It's like putting it in a digital vault. This protects it from any accidental changes down the line. And now, your auditors, your legal team, and your finance department can all rely on that locked version with 100% confidence for compliance and all their record keeping. It's a lifesaver.